Hello, good morning, and welcome to my mess. It's just me. Okay, I want to show you something today. I added, I did this little square yesterday, but I added this little flower to it because I don't know what I want to do. But now what I want to do is add, see, I just took this flower. It's just a handmade flower. It was made by my friend Cordula. And you're going to hear her name a lot because she sends me the coolest stuff. But so I put that there, but then I put a little wool um, circle in the center of it, and I just whip stitched that on there. But now what I want to try to do is I want to try to do what they call a drizzle stitch. I want to put some drizzle stitches on here. I don't usually do anything by direction, but just this minute I want to. See this, I think this here patch is going to go on my jacket. I always say think too because I'm not sure. But anyhow, but I just learned how to do these drizzle stitches, so I'm not really sure if I'm doing them right. We'll see. But I put a length of embroidery floss on this needle. This needle is called a milliner's needle. A milliner's needle is a straight needle, and the eye at the top of the needle isn't any wider than the needle itself. And they call that a milliner's needle. Now that's kind of important when you do something like this. So I'm going to come up from, where am I going to come up from? No, I'm come up from the bottom. Like I say, I just learned this. I forget things as quickly as I learned them. I'm going to sew, yeah, I put a knot at the end of the thread, and I pull it up to there. I pull it up to the knot. And then I have my wool buddy pad under here because it's got to hold my needle for me. And so any kind of a something thick like that will be a good needle holder. And what I watched one lady make them, she had, one of them Scotch-Brite pads that's a sponge and a pad. She had one of them, and she covered it with fabric, and that's what she used as her base that she could poke her needle in. Okay, now you pull the thread out of the needle. Let's check and see if I get A+ on here. So now you have the needle poking in near, not in the same hole, but real near the where you just came out from. Okay, and so then what you do is you take your finger and you loop it on there, and then you're going to put that loop. Now when you put the loop on there, don't pull it real tight because you're going to be pulling thread back through this. So don't put it real tight, but put it, a little snug, but a little loose. And see, and then I'm going to count 10. Now this is number 3, number 4, number 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I did that 10 times on the needle. You see how that is just kind of tied in little knots? And it's kind of spiraled around. That's just fine. I like that. Now I have also got here where I was doing with yarn, and I was using this very long doll needle. And you can do that way if you're wanting to make hair, like if you want to make hair on a doll or something, on a silly doll or one of those. Okay, so now that I've got those 10 stitches on there, I'm going to put that thread back through back through the eye of the needle. Got to use my threader. Okay, and I'll pull that through like that way. Now I'm going to pull this off of the pad, and I'm going to thread that thread back through. Now I'm new at this, so this is just my hopefully doing it right. Pull that through, and this is why you need to use a milliner's needle, because like I said there, oops, I don't want to knot. I don't know why this wants to knot. Oh, okay, let me see. There. Now see, now that what did I just call that? Drizzle. See, that's a drizzle right there hanging on there now. And by doing a whole bunch of drizzle stitches, and mine isn't really even here, but I think the more I practice, the better it'll get. And so now at the end, when I was practicing earlier, I realized that in the end, I want to kind of knot it in there. Because if the next one messes up, and when I say messes up is when I was playing with it before, my second one would get in a knot, and then I had to just cut it off. But then I had to cut all of them off because they weren't attached or secured. Okay, so then I want to make another one. I want to make a few of these in here. So now I'll come back up with my needle, pull it through. Please don't get in a knot thread. Be nice to your mother. Respect your elders. Okay, so I'm going to pull that through. Okay, now I got that through, and I'm going to put that needle back down in there, just right beside of it. Now I counted them because I want them all to be about the same size. So you can, so now we'll pull this thread out. Pull the thread out. You don't want to get too much thread. I might have a little bit too much on here because it does want to. So now I'm going to again, see, I put my finger here and then twist it like this. And then put it over, go like this, twist it, and then put it over that needle. I know you can't hardly see that. And so I'm again put 10 stitches on the needle. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I have 10 on the needle. This one already looks more even than this first one did. So now what we do is pull that, and they don't have to be exactly, you can make them shorter or longer, you know, they don't have to all be the same size. Okay, so now I have my needle threader here. I can pull this through here. Oh, I hear my little girl. Oh, the big old husband is there too. And so now I'm going to, that's my mail. Let me see, is there anything good? Ooh, I got a card. Ooh, yay. I love getting, what was this? Oh, that's garbage. I got a card from Charlotte. She's over in St. Augustine, Florida. Ooh, let me see. Let me check the card. Okay, let's check the card. It's a little commercial here. Pleasant thoughts like spring blossoms fill our lives with joy. Look how pretty that is. And I just love you. You are so talented. I feel like I know you. You're a good friend who comes to visit me every day. We sit in my kitchen. Oh, how nice. Love and prayers, Charlotte Syracusa. And she says, enclosed is a check for $25. Oh my goodness. And she just, in the memo, she just says, enjoy. Well, thank you, Charlotte. Oh my gosh. This is great. This is great. And this here will be used. Um, this will be used for stuff that me and Aria needs and can't live without. That goes along with our crafting. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. I'll take this piece off and I'm going to pull that needle through. And pull, because see now when you pull it, it's going to pull right through all of those little knots that you put on there. There, I feel it going through. I'm holding on to it a bit. And getting that, there we go. It's through. And then I'm going to pull it on through. You know what I think? I just think okay, let me separate this down here because I only want to pull on one half of it. Okay, there now. Oh, I just thought of something maybe I got to do differently. Okay, now I'm getting my thread through. There. So now I have the second one. And again, it's not perfect at all. So I'm going to make a third one. But I think I just learned something. Okay, I'm going to knot that at the bottom and put a knot. I don't think you have to knot it at the bottom, but in my humble opinion, I think you do. I have to, because if I mess one up and then I want to take that one off, then I want the other ones to be secured on there. Okay, so now, there we go. So now I'm going to go with a third one. So I'm going to poke that in through from the bottom and pull that needle up all the way. Okay, now I'll take the needle off. I'm going to put that needle back near where it come out, but not right in. And then I'm going to start those little knots again. And then I'm going to, okay, see, so here twist like this and put it on the needle. Twist like this, put it on the needle. Twist and put it. 4, 5, whoops, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. When I said oops, that's because when I put it on, I split that thread. I had to pull that out. Make sure you don't split that thread on there. Okay, so now I've got it in there, and it looks like I've got them, most all of them look to be equal in the tension, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to, you know what, I might use that there for. I've been seeing advertisement for some scissors, fabric scissors, that I think might be really good. And I need a new pair of fabric scissors that when I get them, I use them only for fabric. And that might be, I seen some that were Guggenheim, they called them, but I don't know. I have to read the reviews on them. And I didn't check the price of them yet either, so, but I do need that. Okay, so now, oh, this is what I want to make sure I don't do. Now, I got this loop here. I think that's better. So I don't have a whole lot pulled through the needle. I think that might be where I was running into a little bit of a problem. So now I'm going to hold on to my stitching here, and I'll pull the needle through. And it's pulling through good. I pulled the needle right off. I know you can't see with my hand, but I kind of held on. Now that one looks better. That one looks better already. If you can see this one, that's the third one that I did. Now that one looks better. Second one, first one looks like a big fat knot. Oh, I think I've got it. Okay, so now I gotta put this, rethread my needle. So I know what I just did better on this, on the third one. Okay, so let me go with that and let me just tell you what I did better. Okay, now I'm going to put, again, I'm going to secure that one down here with just a little knot. So they're secured. Now see, when I'm showing you something, I'm just showing you what I do. I don't know anything perfect. Okay, see, so I got 3 drizzle stitches. And I think I want to go all the way around with some drizzle stitches, however many it takes. It just is really cute. Okay, so now I'm going to go with my 4th drizzle stitch. Okay, and I know I got this part right, so we're going to come up from the bottom, and then we're going to take the needle off. We're going to put the needle real close, but not in the same hole. And I'm on my woolly pad, so that holds my needle for me. So now the twisting here, a little bit different than when you did the twist on American Bandstand. Okay, and I'm going to put 10 on there. And the lady that I watched using the doll needle, she was making long ones because she was making doll hair. And so, and she made those, some people call them ugly dolls, but, and I've lost track of my amount of loops here, but that's close enough. So, okay, and already this looks better here. It looks better. Okay, it looks, I think I'm getting onto this. I think I'm getting, okay, so now that I got them all twisted on there, I'm going to, I had a pile of stuff over here. I'm going to pull that, thread back through the eye of the needle. Oops, that didn't do well, did it, Elizabeth? So we will try it again. There we go. So now, oh, this is where I'm going to not pull, I'm going to leave quite a loop. This is what I just learned now by doing these others. By leaving quite a loop on here is better, although otherwise it tries to knot up there at that top. So I'm going to pull that off here, and I'm going to pull that needle through. But I'm going to give this a good pinch right here so that it goes through smoothly. And see, this one here, if you don't have a Milner's needle, it'll still work, but it'll be a little harder. Okay, see, now that I have the eye of the needle is through at the bottom, I want to gently pull the rest of the thread through. And by leaving that loop of thread, it goes through easier than, because if I didn't have that whole loop, it would want to make a lump. I mean a knot. We don't want a knot. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and now I want to try something else here. Now the lady that I watched, oh, each one is looking better. Each one is looking better of these little drizzle stitches. But one of the things, hang on here, let me turn my chair. And oh, beads. She put beads. Now I don't know if these beads are going to go over this needle. Let me just check real quick before I try and do it. Nope, that one's not going to. Maybe a bead won't. Maybe I need a little bit bigger eye. Yeah, that's not going to go over that one. Maybe this is not a Milner's needle. If I had a Milner's needle, it should go all the way up and over. But it's not doing it. Okay, so this is the wrong bead, so I can't show you anything like that. But at this point, I mean, when she got to the top of the drizzle, she put a bead on there, and then when we put it through, pulled the thread through, the bead actually stayed right there at the top, and that was a real pretty look too. I would have to have some beads with a little bit larger hole, or maybe the right needle. I thought this was a Milner's, but now that I look at it, I can see that the eye is a little wider than the shaft of the needle. Okay, so I got that pulled through. I'll just do one more. So there. And now I'm going to go with a twist and put it on. Twist, 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 and we're getting them on there. We are getting them on there. And so, and I wasn't counting again, but I'm just getting a few on there. It doesn't matter. It just don't matter. And so now, see, I'm getting better the hang of it now. So, my needle threader. Okay, and so we'll poke that through the eye of the needle. Poke and get that thing threaded. Okay, now this is where I said I want to leave a loop here. I don't want to pull it all the way. I don't want to pull it all the way through. Leave a loop up here and just put it through a little bit. Now is when we're going to pull that needle through. Leave that loop of thread up there. That's what oh yeah, it goes through a lot better. And I'm going to dig through my needles and see if I actually have a Milner's. Now that's what, when you have your needle book, if you have a page of your needle book and mark it on there that this is your Milner's needles, then, because see, I've been just poking all mine up in a pin cushion, and so then I can't really tell one from the other. This one's definitely not a Milner's, but a Milner's is just different than anything else in the way that the shaft and the eye are all the same. And so there, that went on much quicker. And it really looks better than the one before. So I'm not going to show you anymore. I'm going to put my needle in through there, though, so I can work on my next one. Ouch. Well, see, now I poked myself. There we go. Oh, I didn't fasten that other one on there. Oh, well, that's going to be okay. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Thank you, Charlotte. Oh, my gosh. This is amazing, Charlotte. This is just absolutely amazing. And my son just taught me how I can go right into my bank account and put that in there on my phone. I'm telling you, things are different now in these days than they ever were years ago. Okay, I got 5 on there. But won't that look pretty once I have all of those drizzle stitches? I should have probably done it maybe in yellow. That would have been pretty neat. But I can do them all different. I can just do them all different. Okay, now I'm going to, we're going to find something to read today. Let's see. I think I'll read, where did I get, I was going to dig for my Jesus. Oh, there's my Jesus Calling book. I'm going to use this one here. See how my pants and my shirt don't match? And I went and did my blood work this morning. I figured I got my wig on. As long as I got my wig on, they'll be so enamored with my wig. Wait a minute, I gotta fix my wig. Okay, that's close enough. I figured they'd be so enamored with my wig that they wouldn't notice my clothes don't match. But anyhow, today is what? February the 16th. It's my granddaughter's birthday. She's 22. I have to call her up on the telephone. February 16th. She's 20. No, she's 23. Oh, Lord of mercy. She's 23. Happy birthday, Kimberly, if you're watching. Okay. February 16th says, Jesus says, thank me for the conditions that are requiring you to be still. Do not spoil these quiet hours by wishing them away, waiting impatiently to be active again. Some of the greatest works in my kingdom have been done from sick beds and prison cells. Instead of resenting the limitations of the weakened body, search for my way in the midst of these very circumstances. Limitations can be liberating when your strongest desire is living close to me. That is really true. Your limitations can be liberating. Quietness and trust enhance your awareness of my presence with you. Do not despise these simple ways of serving me. Although you feel cut off from the activity of the world, your quiet trust makes a powerful statement in spiritual realms. My strength and power show themselves most effective in weakness. You know, that's very true. That is very true. Oh, why do I have my pattern in there? Okay, so that's Jesus Calling for today. And that's a drizzle stitch. And I like that now. I'm going to, I think, just go all the way around, and I might still put like a yellow button. I might just finish going all the way around with the drizzle stitches, and then put like a button right in the middle. I think that'll be pretty. And then this will be pretty put on on my jacket when I start decorating up my jacket. And also, there's my thingy. Under my last video, one of my dear friends reminded me that I have one of these. So this is what you use to actually do that slashing. That's what that is, slashing. I couldn't think of that word the other day too. But this is a good slasher. This is made by Clover, but it does that slashing. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make. Keep you coming back, safe and secure and happy and humble and healthy, very healthy. I want that healthy stuff. Well, you know. Okay, and God bless and keep all you all, and I'll see you later.